This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone. So last class we have discussed about Python. Before that, I just told you about MongoDB. What is MongoDB? How to create or how to use MongoDB. We have a cloud service, so no need to download the MongoDB. You can use that cloud service of the Mongo. For that, first of all, you have to go to the website, create your login, and you can use that. Anyone tried login creation in MongoDB?
Yes, ma'am.
Any problem you faced? No problem, right?
No, ma'am. It was
Okay. Okay. So that much we have learned. Then I started with Python because either Node.js with MongoDB you can use as a backend service, or else Python with MongoDB also you can use it. Both are popular only in real-time situation. More easy way syntax wise, if you see Python only more easy. So you can decide which one you want to use it. Okay, I'll just complete the basics things in Python. Then we'll go for Node.js with MongoDB. Okay, then I'll show you Python and MongoDB. So here MongoDB, the basic operations in the database is what I told is we have to create databases. Inside that, here in MongoDB, we call it as what collections. It is nothing but some tables. Now, inside the tables, we are storing some information. So they call in MongoDB that as documents. So we are doing that operations only. Database system is these operations only. We have to do it there. So creating a databases inside that collections, inside the collections documents. So using Node.js, how we will do it? Okay. So for that, we have built-in functions available. So these things is just yesterday's only, same thing. I'm not explaining that one again. This also I showed you. When you want to use the MongoDB, either you can download it freely from that website mongodb.com. It is actually not required. You can directly use it. So we used that bootstrap link and all how we used same manner. We can use this cloud service of the MongoDB. So no need to download anything. So first of all, we have to go to their Cloud Atlas. I told we created login. Next step is creating project, and inside the project cluster also we created. Complete your setuping your connection things. That much I have showed you. Okay, so we'll open our my MongoDB. I'll open. So yesterday here I showed you how to create a project. So this is the project I have created. Now inside that project I have created a cluster also. So it is free only. We have paid options and all, but you can go for the free option. You have created the clusters only. This type of a window I got it. In that how to make connection settings and all. there, while creating the cluster, again we had one more option. We have to select the DB user and the password. What is the database username and what is the password? That also we have to remember, because the same details I need in my program, then only I can connect to this particular databases or this particular clusters. Okay, so that we need. So when you click on this connect, this I showed you, we have already done this connection security things. IP address we have added, that means which machine you are using, that machine IP address is already added there. Then it will automatically now asking for which one only, connection method only. So here the second option only we have to use it, connect to your application. So click on that one. Now see, here this link will be there, that we have to copy it. So this much only I showed you, and before that one, here I told you to select which language you want to connect it. That also we have selected, its version also selected. Then automatically this link part is created for you. You can copy this one and you can paste in your application. Okay, so this much is done. Now I told you we need a driver also. A driver software we need, then only your Node.js application, whatever applications you are creating with .js or Node.js applications you are creating, if you want to connect with this MongoDB, a driver software also we need. So for that, we have to install that one. You can install by using your npm package manager. So use npm install MongoDB. If you type there, that MongoDB will get installed. Go to CMD command prompt. Did I showed this one? Installing MongoDB driver.
No, ma'am.
You open your command prompt. There you can use your package manager npm. You type install MongoDB, then 2 hyphens, save you type. Then it will install properly. If you are not giving save also, it will work, but this is the correct format. Press enter. So that MongoDB is getting installed now. Okay, so this driver we want. For Node.js, we are using this driver. So which one we have used is npm package manager we have used. Install is a command for to install your packages. Which package I want is MongoDB package I want. That's it. Okay. So that will get installed. That's it only. After this, now you can write your programs. So already connection URL also we have created here, and driver also now installed. Now you can write your programs in Node.js. Okay. So how to write program which will connect to your databases? So we'll see one program. First program, just it is just checking whether it is connected to your MongoDB cloud service. So this is one program. So that package I want to, that module I want to include in my program. So we used which function, require function is used. So this is the syntax, we have to use it there. MongoDB is the package name or the module name you are using here. Dot Mongo client, that is an object type that we are storing into this variable Mongo client. So whatever value we are getting, we are storing into this object only. Now the URL or the URI we have to select it. So how this URI I got? You go to your login things in your MongoDB. Click on this connect option. Connect to your application. This part we will get now. Copy this one. Here you can see two document type of symbol is there. You can click on that one. Automatically this link part got copied there. After that, in this you can paste it. Okay, so it's just a variable we created. Any name you can give, no problem, but this link should be proper. Okay, when I'm copying, so I'll just show you. Now this I am removing. and this I have copied from there, paste it. So see, by default, database user which I created last class, it was the name test user. One password also I have given there. That password you have to remember it. Just typed 1234. The easiest one only you give it, because no need to make it so complicated and all. So easy one which you want to remember, that one only you give it there. Only that changes you can make. This is actually not required. If you give also, no problem. Without also it will work. It is just your database name it is creating. So I'm telling this is the name I want to create it there. Here and all nothing to change, because it is auto generated, this coding and all. Only thing we have to enter the password there properly. That's it. Okay. Now what we are doing, how we will connect it. So this application or this window which I have written the program in the notepad, this I want to make a connection to my MongoDB service. For that we are using this connect method. So that client dot connect, in that what all informations we are giving is that URL we are giving, and we have given a function which is displaying for the error messages. If that error messages is there, error object is coming means if any error comes, we are printing this message to our console window using console.log. Else, or if it is not there means it's meaning it is connected. So that also I'm just displaying to the user it is connected like that. Okay, clear this much? Any doubt? So how to execute this one? We know Node.js files we are executing in our command prompt only. These files I have in a different folder. So that path we have to give it. Okay. Initiate your program. So or run the program. We are using the node command. Node. My program name is app.js. So see, it is showing what this much is the value which I given in my program. So all these things it is proper. Here no error is there means it will show the message which one connected message it is showing for you. It's meaning now this application get connected to this window, or this application it got connected there. So here yesterday I showed you how to create collections here itself. We have options there. If I click on these collections, we have here options. Graphically I can create it. See how to create a database. We have option here. Inside the database we can create collections. Inside the collections, how to add or inserting the document, that also I showed you here. Correct? This is graphically we are doing within the same window. Now I don't want this one. If my program is executing in the Node.js, automatically the changes will reflect here. That one only we should use, because this we are not directly operating. That is a service only. It's a backend service. So through our program, we are communicating with this service, so that whatever inputs user is giving, it is coming as a request. Node.js will process that one, and the Node.js only giving that information to where to the database to store it permanently. Okay, clear? So this actually this window is not required to be opened. This also we can close it, because we are all operations doing using your program only. Okay. Any doubt till here? Okay. Now we'll see. This program is just to show you how it is connecting to the database. So which method we used is connect method. In that we have to pass the URL which we have created in our MongoDB. How to get the URL also I showed you that we have to follow the steps. Okay. Now how to create a collection. So again I'm telling this way of creating collection. If you want you can use it. I'm not telling it is not there. We can use it, but how to do it using the program. Okay, we'll see the program for that. Okay, now see here we have given the same thing. MongoDB, Mongo client is used there. test user, the same path only we are using. So once the path is copied means I can use in all my programs. So the same path is using, connect method is used. Now we need a database there. So how I'll create a database? We are using this DB. Okay, so test DB like that. We have create collection, one method is there. So that database here I have not created before. Now you are creating. So in MongoDB, it is again not compulsory to be first only the database to be created and first only no need to keep it ready, nothing like that. When I am using that one, automatically that get created. Okay. So here this test DB, I'm telling this is my database name. How we are doing that using this db.db. Okay. That's storing into this DBO variable. Now DBO dot, that means DBO now it is pointing to your database. Inside that database you want to create a collection. So we have DBO dot create collection, one function is there. So this is the name I have given. Customers, you can give any name for your collections. It's your wish. Same, you have given a function for your error. Now if error is there, we have to throw that one using the throw keyword. Console.log, we are telling a message what collection created. Your database, we have to close it because here we have opened it, here we have to close it. This is clear? Any doubt? So now I'll run this. Before that, I'll just log out from here. Okay, I told you it is not compulsory to be log in here when we are working. Now I log out. After executing the program, we log in and see here. So those everything information which I given, it was proper. So only I got the message what the collection is created there. Okay, we'll log in and see. Again, one more problem how the database is. When I'm using the database, then only the name it will show, or when I'm using the collection, then only the name it will show. Just creation, sometimes it will not show the name. Anyway, we'll see whether it is showing that one in our cloud. Okay. Okay, so now we have to go to collections. Okay, so see, you can view here the test DB is created. That is my database which I named in my program there. Inside that, see, the collection also got created there, customers. So is this clear? How we connected our program with databases? Any doubt? Okay, so this you have to try it. Okay, now we'll see what all functions are available to do these operations, database operations in Node.js. Okay, some documentations we'll see. This I just showed you how to work with all those things. One function we have seen there is create collection, just now I showed you. And which one more function is there? What connect function is there, which is connecting with that available URL. And here create collection is the method. If I want to insert anything, here we already have insert method is there. See, now it is created. Now I can insert the values using this insert document. Suppose see here, I have selected the customers only, which I created just now. Now it is empty only. You can click on insert document. So it is asking you what is the values you want to insert it there. Okay, some address. Value. And I showed you last class how to insert the multiple field. Some values also we have given, just like some two field I just added. If you click on insert, so see that value got added. Now this also no need to do it. When your program is running, it will only execute the function to insert the values there. So we have insert one method is there. Okay, and insert many another method is there. So insert one, by the name only you can identify. To insert a single record or a single document, we will use this insert one. At a time, if you want to insert multiple documents, then we'll use which one? Insert many. Suppose only single user is coming or he is registering newly, like that. So when you click on the register button, whatever records he have typed or whatever details is typed, everything you want to store into that. So insert one we can use it, or else a group of collection or a group of things if you want to store it, then also we have option insert many, we can use it. So here only one ID property I showed you last class. Here you can see this is auto generated. Okay, so every object one ID value will be there. So this is the ID value, it is automatically generating. Next, any other document if I'm inserting this ID again, that will be unique. The other field only we are extra adding there. Okay, so that ID is auto generated one only. If you want, you can only generate it in your program. That program I'll show you. Okay, so no need to give that automatically generating. If you want, you can give using your program, you can create it. Okay, so that is one ID property there. Okay, now this is creation of collection, inserting a document to the collection. That two ways I can do: insert by only a single record, or you can insert many records at a time. Another operations there, we have selecting or viewing the collections, or what all documents are available in the collection. How to view that one? We have this find. So find one method to find a collection, and find many is there again. We can find many collections at a time, like, or many documents at a time, like that. In that also you can sort, or you can, if you want some arrangements or something, we can do using which method? Sort method we can use it. That will arrange the collections type or the documents in ascending order or in descending order. We can just view only. Okay, so in the arrangement sorting way, we can just view using which method? Sort method. Again, if you want to delete, this is another operation. If you want to delete a particular document, we have delete one. At a time you want to delete a number of values or more than one document. If you want to delete many option is there. Okay, now same, after deletion we can do updation, because if I do drop, I cannot do updation. No, so first we'll see updation, then dropping. So update one method. If any, suppose an employee collection is, you have employee salary is one of the value you have given there. Some salary, some of the employee got salary hike, so that changes how to make it there. Only salary property we want to make the changes for particular employees. So we can use update one. There also we have set properties there. We can assign to only particular employees, like that we can assign it. Then update many is there. At a time, many employees values we can change it like that. Okay. Then if you not need to use your collections anymore, means you can delete it. That is drop collection. Okay, deleting your collection, drop collection is the method. The entire database, if you don't want, you can use which one? Drop method, we can use it. Okay, so clear this much. So this programs only now we are going to do. Any doubt? We'll see insertion first. Okay, we'll see insertion first. Okay, now you see here. 1 minute. So same, these steps are common in all our programs. Connect method is used with that URL. If condition is used to just to throw the error values and all. Database we are creating. There I created a database that is testdb. Okay. Now in that testdb, we already created which one? Customers. Now to that customers, we are inserting the collections. So documents we are inserting them. So DBO, that is this database it is pointing, dot collection. You have to give your collection name, that is customers dot, which method we have to use is insert one. At a time, a single document value only we are inserting. As my object is a variable, so here this object value already we have created. For this, see this syntax is what? Object creation syntax in JavaScript. This you should know. Okay, so name one property, its value, address is one property, that value. Okay, so key value pair we have given all those things. That object name only we have passed for this insert one. There also one error messages, because any mistake is there means then also I want to throw the error values. We are printing a message what? One document is inserted. Database is closed. Okay, so we'll see the execution for this. Okay. So see, in our console window, we are getting only this much information. Whether it is able to do it or not, whether it is connected, whether it is inserted, only that much we are giving. So it is printing the message. It was all correct only. So one document is inserted like that. We are getting a message. Suppose here this name of the collection is not there. If you execute this program now, error it will show. Not saved. Okay, it got created, I think. Here, if you make any changes, because it is not there. No, I told you before only, it is not necessary to create it and use it. So if I'm using a new name also, it will get created that time. So only that error it was not showing. Here you make any changes. That password I have just changed it. Here you can view the error messages. See, like this, we'll get the errors. It failed to connect to the server, like that. Authentication failed, it is showing, because That username it was proper, but the password I have not given it properly. So only it is showing you the error there. Okay, so only I told you how to remember the password, then only it will work properly. Okay, now anyway we have done with customers only. You can view that one in your, here you just refresh it, because now it is showing only what customers only it's selected, but it is showing only the data which I have inserted here directly. You click this refresh button. So see the customer table, sorry, customer collection also created, customers also created. In the customers, now you can see this is the data which I have inserted just now. Okay, through my program. This is insert operation. Okay, clear? Now we have how to insert many values. Okay. Same steps, but here we created like this multiple object value into an array. See, this is one particular object. This is another object. All together in an array format we have created. So square brackets also we have used it there. So again I'm telling this and all we have learned in the JavaScript. It's not a new things and all. So these things you should remember from the JavaScript. So this object now we have to pass it. So collection name, that is customers only. Instead of insert one, we are using now insert many, because now array of values you want to store it there, group of values at the same time. So we are using which function? Insert many. That my object, that is your array name. Now we are printing what values is number of documents inserted, how many numbers we'll get. That response object is there, no? With that we have this built-in variable inserted count, that we can retrieve it. So how many values we have inserted there, that value I can retrieve it. The number, not the values, means not the content and all. How many number we have inserted, the count I'll get it. Using which one? Inserted count. That is a built-in property that we have to use with your response object. So only res dot inserted count we are printing. You can view this output. So it is showing that count here. So this is the message we are getting. So it is showing what? Number of documents inserted is 14, like that it is showing for you. Can go, you can refresh this button again. You can view that 14 values got inserted to your table customers. Okay, I have not given the database name as TestDB. That's what. Is MyDB it is showing, no? I have to give it as TestDB. MyDB also is there. See, so only. It was not showing any error. We'll run it again. Now you refresh this one. I have selected TestDB customers only. Now you refresh it. See, now totally it is showing 16 is there. One which I have inserted here, one from the program, the other all 14 is the values which now we have inserted at a time. Okay, so all these things are in your customers. So clear insertion? Any doubt? So this is one important operations we have to do with the database. So you think now, when you create your front-end applications, there a new user is coming means what is happening? So if you're creating your Gmail account, there all the details they have given the interfaces. You have to type the first name, last name, your date of birth, age value, then addresses. You selected a username, you selected a password. When you click on submit, what it should do? All the details it wants to fetch from the text boxes, and everything now through your Node.js or through your backend language, it is going to where is going to your databases. There it gets saved. Now, whenever I want, I can retrieve these values from the database also. We have the find functions there, or viewing that one means selecting that value from the collections only. So that I can use it and I can view also. Okay, or you can do whatever operations you want, that also you can do it. So now the connection is clear. Any doubt? So why we are learning now? Backend services, why it is this database? You got an idea? Okay, now it is insertion is over. We'll see now find example. That means displaying that value in our output window. See, I can view the content here, table or the collections content and all, I can view it here. But what we want, when user is asking what all details are there, what all student details or the employee details, all the list of the employees, everyone details I want, and I'm displaying, or I want to take a printout. So if you click on some button, show the employee details or something like that, a button you have created. If I click on that, first it will show in my window. That means in the browser window it will show. Then from there, if you want, you can click on the print option. It will get printed in a paper like that. So how we will get that one from the database? For that only we are using the find function we are using. Okay. So here you see the program, how we will write. So these things and all same only. We refer to our collection customers. Now in the customer, what operation now you want to do is selecting the values. So find one. So it will show only one particular value. This curly braces we have showed, that means one object properties only you want to retrieve it there. You can see here in this database also how it is storing the values. Just view that is in the key and value pair only. Okay, so how to access that one? Within curly braces only it will show the output and all. So only we have given that find one syntax like that. Okay, so the result dot name. Okay, fine. We'll see the output. Okay, that first one, it was not having any name values. No, so only it will always take the first one only. Which one? Find one. 1 minute. See this way. All others they had name property. It don't have that name. What I'll do is I'll just change that name into address. We'll see. Okay, that was capital A it was. So see the address value it is showing for you. Okay, so what we told there, to view that one, which property you want to view from that object is only the address you want to find it. So we used the find one. Okay, while displaying the result, we have told only the address. Suppose we are displaying only the result. So see, now I am getting the full thing like this. So what is the ID value for that particular document? What is the other properties we have defined there? Address is there, pin code is there. Okay, so that find one always that will refer to which one only, the first one only. So only the property name it was not there because I only created that one, not from our program. So only that property I have not created. Each property wise also you can access it. So that result variable dot the property names, if you specify there, it will show only that property for you. Is this clear? Any doubt? Clear? How inserted many values? You can view many values at a time. Okay, so that is only okay. So see, all the values inside that particular collections it got displayed. This only I told you. When you click on a button or something, show the employee details, you created a button in your web application. When you click on that one, it is fetching all the details from the databases and displaying for the user. Now we are seeing in our console window the same thing. You can view it in where? In your browser also. There we have seen the response.write. If you use it, it will get displayed there. In that way also you can use it. Here I'm not done in that way. You can do. Only thing we have to create the server, create server function, we can use it, then use in that way. Okay, that also I can implement it there. So the concept and all everywhere it is same only. Which function I have to use is find function only, and the path we have to give it properly, then I can view all the content there. Okay, this is the program. You can see the program here. What we have done is find the bracket we have given. See the previous example and this example. So find one means it is finding only the first value. If I use find function, what all content is there inside your collection, everything I can view it. And what we are doing here, we are converting that one into array format. So only a group of things we can see together. No, how we created the object, that is also in the form of an array we created. How to retrieve and showing to the user, that also we are converting into array, then we are showing. You can see this output, this all things is in the form of array. See here one square bracket is there. You can't view that. The last one square bracket will be there here. Okay. So this is the way, or this is the syntax how to use the find function. Clear? and display the result variable. That's it. So result consists of the array values is there, that only it get displayed there. Okay, fine. Now if you want, we can specify a particular field and all that we have done there. Say like this, we have given a projection type of property, finding all the things, because not a find one function, so all the values we can retrieve it. But in that we are telling id equal to 0, name is equal to 1, address equal to 1, like that we are specifying something there. View the output, how it will show. So, note this I have not changed it. So while displaying, we are telling we don't want some properties to be displayed. So we can use that projection property for the find function. And view here the same only. After that, converting into array and displaying the result value. That's it only. Same thing. But only thing here we have told the projection there. So fine. So in that what we have told, we have to ignore the id property. So only id we have given as what? 0, and the remaining is we given as 1 and 1. That means name property we want to show and address also we want to retrieve from there. But while showing, no need to show the id values. So we have given that id as 0 there. So like this particular property wise also we can retrieve the content in this way. Okay, for the find function, if you specify that projection, it will show only the specified field. Field is nothing but this kind of properties only. Okay, any doubt? Okay, so now this is about what we have done, finding only. Now we will do with sorting operation. Okay, I have not showed the insertion of id value. That means I told you now the id property is automatically generating there. Other than that, you can create the id values from your program using the id property. That is only this program. So here what we are doing is the object while creating, we have told that, and this should be in underscore id format only, we should use it. Okay, so if you want any id value, we have to use this property name because it is a built-in underscore id. Other than this, the other properties and all you can give whichever names you want, but this numbers id one we have to give in that underscore id only. Colon, what is the value you want to create it now, it is creating. Otherwise that is auto generating, it is giving with a different kind of values only. If you want like this, you have to type in your program. Insert many we are using, at a time these three values we can insert it. We'll view it. We are displaying that values also, so only it is showing what is the inserted IDs, everything it is showing for you. You see the, okay, so insert many, control log, res also we are displaying. We are not displaying which one, it is inserted like that a message we are not displaying. Instead of that, we are displaying this result only. So that one only here we are getting. Like this. If you want, you can view it in your. So that will be created there. Okay, then I have to see which one I have created. Okay, that is in products only, not customers. So you can see here, we have a product one table also created. There it got added. Okay, fine. So this is how to generate that ID value through your program, or else it is generating default. Okay. So we'll see sorting operation. So here we are connecting with TestDB, and we are telling which property according to that one we want to sort it. We are telling according to the name, alphabetical order of the name property only we want to sort it. So only a variable created sort, there the property we have set is name colon 1 like that. Then using which function? Find function, because you want to show that result. Now after arrangement, this is the content value like that. I have to show there the collections. So we are using which one? Find dot. Function name is what? Sort, and the variable we have passed there. Okay. While displaying, it will display in the array format. Result value is printing there. Okay. That's it only. So now, according to the name, it got arranged. So see. Okay. So the first A, B, like that only it is showing now. Actually, the result is not in that format. It was mixed format only. Now we have arranged it, and now it is displaying ascending order, all alphabetical order it is showing for you. Okay. So this is about the sort function. So till here, any doubt you have? So this you have to try and come how Node.js is working with MongoDB. Easy only. Only thing we have to know how to create that login with your MongoDB, how to create or how to get that connection URL. If the connection URL you get, if it is working or if it is connecting there properly, then you can easily connect it and you can do it the program, because all these are built-in functions. So we no need to worry about the queries and what is the query, how to use it, to insert many, what is the queries. No need to worry about all those things. Before it was like that only. That is structured query language we are telling. We have to type the queries or we have to remember the queries there. Now that is not required. Without queries also I can do the program or database connectivity. Okay. So any doubt? Other programs in this one will continue after 10 minutes. Okay. So we'll continue. Now we'll see how to delete a particular document, how to delete from the database or from your collections. So here what we are doing is delete first customers with the address this Mount 21 address whoever is having. From there we are deleting that details. Okay. Before that, how to give that query type of thing that I'll just show. We have given a particular value. No? So see, we are using find only. Now in that we are telling the query is created. What is the query is address. This is the address value we have given. Now we are telling find dot query, display the value in the array format. So return only the documents with the address value like this. So again we can filter the content there. So we are filtering not all the documents. We want only the documents where address is this value like that. We are filtering there. So this find function only we are using, but we just created what is the filter query you want. That's it. That's not a different database. Only that particular data I can view it. Okay. So the students, if you want to filter again the students, those who are having marks more than 90 or the percentage is more than 90 like that and all, we can give the queries there. Then we can retrieve only that kind of values. Okay. So that is again how to give that queries. Now we have your delete option. So see in the delete, what we are doing is search for this particular value where the address equal to this mountain 21. Delete that particular document. Okay. So delete one method is there. The query you have to search it there. Then the value we have to display. So see here. It is showing that one document is deleted. So we have searched there for mountain 21 only. Can go to the collections. The test DB, insert customers. That particular thing is not there. So if multiple values is there, only the first occurrence it will get deleted. Suppose find delete one only I used there. But the address is common for two documents or three documents. The same address is there means first where it is finding that value only it is deleting. If you want to delete the whole things where it is matching the search value, then we have to use delete many options there. That we have to use it. So like this. Here what we are telling, so wherever that address is starting with the letter O, we have to delete it. So here, see like this, we have one option. This is another option. The starting letter of address is O like that. You have used their regular expression also. I think you are remembering regular expression. So wherever we are getting the address value O starting with O, delete those documents. That is the query we have given there. See. Okay, so this is the regular expression. Address equal to, we have given that query O like that. Delete many option is using, so not a single one. Wherever that searching value is matched, then we have to delete everything. So you see the output. So it is showing two documents. Here also we have seen no, that only two documents which is having that starting letter O. Now that value is not there because it got deleted and their document got deleted from there. So that is delete many. Now we will see updation. So update or changing any particular value inside your collections. So for that we have set there the query is like this. Okay. Now we are using this type of one keyword type of thing. We have to set the new value. Okay, these are the new values we are telling. So you have to first search for this value 345. See this one. One is there. Okay. Only that particular thing we are searching. So where the address is valid 345, there the details we have to update it. So our updation here we have given is, you see, a new one we have told using the set keyword. So dollar symbol and the set name we have to use it. This is the new values you want to set for that particular document. The entire thing changing, not only the address and name, the full values we have to change it there. So for a single one, no, single document only, so we are using update one. In that, first we have to search for value 345. If it is fine there, then we have to change it with the new values, that is this content. In that functions we have used the error type of this. That's it. So now it will show the message one is updated, there it will show. So one document is updated like that message we got. So if you search there, what was the value we have given newly? So see, now it got updated. Okay, so like this one updation, another updation example. Update many option is there. So there, what we are telling, wherever address is starting with this yes letter, that we have to set the name to which one, mini, like that we have given. Okay, so first it will search wherever that address value is yes, starting with yes. Those all documents, what we are changing, only one property is changing, that is name. Name we have to update with mini, like that. So here, starting with yes, this is 1, this is 2. So 2 values is there. So here it was this different names. Now both the things we are updating with the same name only. Okay, so we'll see node. So it is showing 2 documents is updated. Here also we have seen 2 documents only. Just refresh it. We can view the changes. Or else in the program, if you want to view me, use the find function. You can view in your program. So the last one, see, that also got changed, updated. So see, here also it got updated. So clear about update. How to use with that set. One more example I'll show you. The same thing only which we have seen. So like this, we have to set with the values. Address the value we are changing with a particular one. So while giving first the query, then what is the new values you want to change it, give into your update one function, it will update it. Okay. So clear about updation. Next we have delete option is there. That means deleting the collection. So now all the collections operations I have done, insertion, deletion, updation, and selecting. That means finding the values. If you want to delete, we are deleting the collection only. So you have told your test DB and you are telling which is the collection you want to delete it. So drop collection function you are using, customers error DL OK. So if you are checking DL OK, if it is executing properly, this collection is deleted, like that a message we are displaying, that's it. Or else error messages we have to display it. So the collection is deleted. If you go to your cloud service, now it will show, refresh it. So see, now the customers is not there. Only 2 collections we have, that is one is customer, another one is products. That's it. Okay. Any doubt in this one? So I completed all the database operations using Node.js, connected with MongoDB. There we are using it. One more thing is we can set some limit things. That one example I'll show you. So while finding only, all documents only we are finding. because more than one document I want to display, but in that also you can restrict the numbers. Okay, so you are restricting like what? Only 5 values, like that some restrictions we are telling there. Okay, so that is only which function? Limit function we are telling. Same steps, collection, find function, but in that find we are telling, after finding we have to limit that one into 5, convert into array, then display it. Okay, I think my DB is there. Okay, I have the same thing. So this output we can view. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But in that 16 or some 14 records were there, or 14 documents were there, but in that we restricted only to display how many? 5. So the limit function you can use it. So these are the main operations we have to do in the backend. So now you have to think where you have to implement this one. Okay, so where I'll use insert while creating a web application, where I'll use that find, where I'll use find one, like that and all we have to think and we have to do it. So these are all things we completed using Node.js and MongoDB. Any doubt in this one? If anything is there, now you can ask me. You can tell me yes or no, so that I can continue with the next topic. Is it clear or anything I should explain from the starting? First of all, you have to create it. MongoDB, login, create your cluster, create your databases. Database and all, no need to create it, just create the cluster and connection URL till there you complete it off. After that, you can download the driver software for your MongoDB. Using your npm package manager, you can download it for the Node.js. Then use the require function you can use for your program to include that one to your application module. Then using connect method, you can connect to your MongoDB. Only thing inside the connect, we have to give the URL that we will get from the website only, cloud website we will get it. Copy that one and paste it. While doing that one, we have to remember the password which we have selected while doing the connection operations. That password we have to give it properly, then only it will get connected. Then other operations I can do, create database function is there, insert one, insert many, then delete many, update many, find one, find function. All those things, how to use it and how to implement with your application. That's it only. Node.js and MongoDB. Okay. Now the same thing you can do it with your Python also. So only I just given an introduction yesterday about Python, how Python is working, because that both it's real time languages. PHP also we'll use it more commonly. So syntax wise, if you see, Python is more easy than these languages because it is less only syntax wise, less number of codes only we have in Python. So which one you want, you can use your backend service. I'm not telling you should use only Node.js, but better you use with MongoDB on, because so many other database systems are there. So in that MongoDB only you prefer. Other than that, backend languages which you want, you can decide either Node.js, Python, you can use it. Okay. So only I'll just complete off the Python things. Then I'll show you Python and MongoDB how we will create the connections. Okay. So yesterday we have started Python. How to create, how to install, how to download and install the Python. The latest version only we have downloaded. I showed you. Anyone tried downloading Python? Anyone tried the programs which I showed? Okay, Python. We need that shell window. So that is this ideally built. So here only we can do that also I showed you. Plus you can save your Python files with some extension. What is the extension we given is .py extension we have given for your Python files. Save that one, then you can execute it so that output it will show in this window. That is your console window or shell window, we can tell it. Okay, how we viewed that one in our command prompt using Node.js. Same manner, this is your console window. Okay, now in that Node.js or whatever JavaScript also, we have learned built-in files are there, built-in library files are there. For that HTTP in Node.js, we have that built-in module. Then which one? That mailing option also we have one built-in module. Then we have the uploading option. All are separately different modules or different library files they have created for us. Same here in Python also, they have created so many library files. How to use that library files, that I'll show. Okay, so the basic one, how to use your mathematical operations file, that is a library file or that is a module they have created here in Python. You have to refer that file name using import keyword. We used the same keyword when we done React.js programs. Anyone remember? We done React.js. There also the built-in library files we have included in our current program using import keyword only. So import, here a module is there, math. Okay, so math, if I want to display the pi value, we can use like this, presenter, it will show the pi value there. If I use math dot POW1 function is there, power 2 comma 3, if you give it is 2 raised to 3, it will show the output like this. So all these things, built-in things they have created inside the math module. Okay, same manner we have calendar one module is there. Some commonly using things only I'm just showing you. Calendar dot pr, here I'm printing again. So it will show the full year calendar for you like this. Okay, so I have passed here 2021. In that I'll get the full year calendar. Okay, that is that calendar module. If you want to view the current date and time, import, the module name is time, then time dot ASC time, if you give, it will show you the current date and time. So this again we have used this type of things only in every programming language, syntax wise or the module name wise, function wise, the differences. Okay, so here I have to use here like this in Python. Another important one which we have used there is import random. We can generate some random number. Okay, random dot function is there, rand int. Here if I am telling a range like this, within that range it generates a random number for you. So I have given a range of 200 and 400, it generated a random number 292. Use that one again. Now it is another number. If I use it again, another number, like that randomly we can create it random numbers using this random module. So rand int, it is some range we have to specify it there. Okay, if If you want any decimal value to be generated, that also we have random uniform 2.62 7 point some values I have given there. So see, within that range it generated a random number that is 7.64 like that generated. Again, if you use it, now this is the random value. Okay, now another option is there. If I have one list items like this. Yesterday we have learned what is list items and all. So we are writing random dot. We have a shuffle function. So this was the initial order which I have given 34, 67 like that, the list items. We used their shuffle, so it got shuffled like this. Some other random order it got created the values. Again, if I use this shuffle, see, now the order is different. Like this, we can do the shuffle. So all these things, if you can use in your applications, if you want. Okay, so this is some built-in modules. How to use it? Import keyword, we have used it. Now, how to use that import in a different way? So from math, we are telling import pi. In this syntax also I can use it. So one syntax here I used is import math like that I have used, or else we are telling from the module math import only the built-in value which one pi. Then if I want to use pi, no need to type math dot and all, directly you can type which one pi. Here I have used with math dot pi, no need. Now if I use the syntax like this, you can directly use the pi. Name of the variable only I can use it, or whatever functions we have can use it. So these both two syntaxes you should remember, because the same thing we have to continue in our other programs also. Okay, this is just I briefed what all built-in modules are there. Now we learned class creation, constructor, we have learned special method inside that. These all things we learned in JavaScript. So that is same in other languages also. If any object-oriented languages we are learning, there also we will get class creation, object creation will be there. Inside the class, I can create a constructor. Constructors also will be there. Here also in Python, we have the same concepts. Then we have this networking type of things, that is only we have to implement. So networking we can do in two ways. In the local machine also I can set up the client and server connection, or else how we are doing now with the web applications we are doing. No, in a different machines also I can implement which one server client relationships. So that is only networking. We'll see how to create classes here in Python. I'm opening a new file. Class keyword we have to use. This was same as your JavaScript. Any class name we can give. Suppose I'm giving here it is ABC colon, because inside the class or a class it is a block of things we have to define it there. In Python, to show the block we have to use the colon there. Okay, automatically the indentation it is keeping there. A constructor we can create it. It's a function. So def, yesterday I have showed you how to create a function and all. We have the def keyword. In Python, the constructor name is like this. 2 underscores init name, then again end with 2 underscore symbol. Function, so brackets. Here I have to use this name self, then only it will consider that as a member of the class ABC. This is a syntax. Okay, just we can print a message. Hello. This is just a class creation. If a class is there we have learned how to create object for that classes. Here also now I can create object for the class. So this is the syntax. First the object name equal to your class name and this parenthesis. So when the constructor is invoking, when you create an object, automatically constructor invokes. That we learned there. Same manner here also the concept is same. When you create an object for this class ABC, that class constructor is invoking. I have given this statement to display there, so that is the output I am going to get. We save this file. .py, run it. So the constructor got invoked because the object is created there. So the constructor inside the function, we got this message hello. Okay. So if you want to create different attributes for your classes, we have this built-in functions are available there. This I'm just creating like an empty class. So I used a keyword like this pass. So no need to bother all those things. Just I'm showing you this is an empty class like this. Now there we have creating an object. This object is equal to ABC. Now that object dot set attr1 function is there. For that object, we are setting a property that is variable name is a. Its value is 100. Okay. One more we are setting, so set attr attributes only for the same object. Another property name we have given is b. Its value is 200. Like that. To display this one, we have the print function. There you can give get attr function. You can give it obj, comma which property. I'm displaying only the a property. See the output. Error addition. Okay, I have not closed the bracket here. So we have assigned a value and that up displaying the values. So like this built-in functions is there. While class creation, you can use this built-in functions. That's it. Okay. So this is about how we created the classes and all. Same only. We can do inheritance here also, what we learned there in our JavaScript. So inheritance one program, just I'll show you. So class A I'm creating. Where we are creating a function. Hello. Any functions if you are creating inside the class, you have to use that self. This is the parent class we are creating. I think you remember inheritance, that and all I told you to create programs for the inheritance. I don't know how many of you tried. Now a class B while creating, you have to tell B is inheriting from that A. So this is the syntax here in Python. So automatically B get access to which function? This hello function. So now we are just creating another function that is hi. That is another class property. Here I'm printing a message. That is child class. That's it. Now in inheritance, we'll create object for the child only. Here B is the child class. So we can create an object for the B. Equal to B object is created. Now using B object, we can call hello function also, and we can call hi also. That's it. So I got both the messages from the parent and from the child class. Okay, so like this, we can implement inheritance also when we are using classes. So all these things are important. We'll use in real-time situations, because in real time we have to implement using object-based only or object-oriented way only. We have to implement it there. There, class creation will be there, object creation will be there. Okay, so that way of programming only they'll use it. Now this is about the class creation. Okay, fine. Now about networking, I'll show you. You got an idea about Python? So what is networking means? Now whatever we are doing. So connection between one application to another application, we already done. That is only networking. Here in Python, we have this socket. That is the module name. We have to use it. So we have two types of programs will be there. One is server side program. Another one is client side program. So that also we know we have created server program in Node.js, but that is in a different web browser, like that web application way we have implemented. That also we can do it in here in Python. Now I'm just showing you how to do with two different application in the same system, not in the web browser and all. So for that we have to create some socket. Okay, so how to create that socket? We have this different types of protocols are there, connection oriented, connection like all those things. We just remember in the server side I have to use this function bind and listen function. This listen also, when we created server in the Node.js, we used it. That means that will be waiting. Any connections comes, it can connect to that particular port number, like that we used that listen. Here also same manner only, it will get connected and that server will be ready there to accept the connections from the clients. So the listen function we can use. How to establish a connection from the client to the server? We use here accept method. Now client side have only a single one, that is only connect. Okay. How to send messages and how to receive the messages? We have this RECV send, RECV from send to close, like that different methods are there. To get to know what is the host name or the IP address value of your system, we have a built-in function here, that is get host name. We have to use it. So this is about the networking. I'll show you one server program and the client program. So this is one server. In this program, what we are doing is server is sending a message to the client. So what is the message we are sending is the current date and time is sending to the client side. Okay. So whoever is coming and connecting to this server machine, they'll get a message what today what is the date or what is the current time, like that a message we are getting there. For that, this server side program we have created. How I'm showing that output is, I'll just open two output windows from the Python. That is one idle window I'm open. This window, you just imagine this is your server machine. Okay. So in this output window, opening the server program. one more output window here I can open. So one more idle we are opening here. This is we are using for the client. So the client program now I'm opening in that shell window only. Okay, like this. So we imported the socket module and the time module. This only I showed you how to use the built-in modules. Now how to create that object reference. We have to use like this socket. This is built-in values only. So we just refer this one only mainly. Okay. Now we are using the host name to get the host value or the IP address value of your machine that I stored in this variable host. A port number we chosen, that is 290. You remember we have chosen the common port number for the web creation or web server. How we created is 8080. Now I don't want to create any web server and all, just a normal connection server only. So I chosen here port number 290. You can choose any number. Okay, now these values, what your host name and the port number, we have binded with the object server socket. Okay, now we used this listen function. A number is given there 5. That means now the server is ready. It can accept 5 requests at a time. That means 5 client connections it can accept at a time like that. Now a while loop is used to establish the connection. We are using the accept. In the server side we'll get a message like this, got a connection like this, a message we'll get. Okay, you don't worry about the syntax and all, just see what is the output and all. Got a connection from this one, because we will not much concentrate on these things. We have to create a web server on, but this is the starting. Okay, this concept you should know, then that will be easy for you in Python. We created the time. You can use ASC time or else you can use this syntax there. Now we are sending that one to the client side. So see, client socket dot a function is there built in sent. The current time which we created here is this variable dot. We are encoding that one into ASCII format. I think you heard about ASCII values and all. It's a character encoding system. So while converting or while sending the message in networking and all, we have to convert and send it, because it will travel in the form of bytes only. Means number format only it will travel. Character wise it will not travel there. So we converted into ASCII form. That is only this encode function is doing. That much is your server side. In the client you can see we have only this much. Again there also we accepted the host name and the port number. Only a single method we used is connect. So if a client wants to connect to the server, from the client side we have to use which function only, connect function only we have to use it. To receive the message sent from the server, we are using this RECV function. Here it is telling 1024 bytes it can receive like that. And while displaying, that is coming in the number format. Now whatever information I have sent it, we have to decode that one again into string format. So that is decoding part is doing it. So while sending we have done encoding, while receiving and while displaying to the user we have to do it, decoding part we have to do it. First I will run the server program, because server should be ready. By binding the port number, everything, that server should be ready. Here this blinking line you can see the cursor is blinking, that means the server is ready now. Okay, now a client should come. So now I'll run the client program. So this is the client program or the client output window. You can see here this is your server. In the server it is displaying a message only, what I got a connection from this client machine like that, we got a message here. This is the client side. In the client side what we got, the current date and time we got it. From where it got the current date and time? From the server we sended that one. So client got connected to the server, from there it got that connection values. So this is clear. This is a common networking things we are doing with Python. Okay. Now the same networking thing we have to implement for our web servers. Okay, same concept wise we have to create a server things and all. For that extra plugins and all we want. Flask we will tell. It's a library file only, which is not there in our normal exe files. When we download Python, I will not get it. I have to extra download it. How the MongoDB we have downloaded, all those things we have downloaded. No, same manner here this Flask also I have to download it. Then only I can create a web web applications using Python. Okay, it's like how we learned first the JavaScript, then I taught you Node.js. Same manner, this is like how first we are learning the basics of Python syntax, then we are learning how to create the web server using Python. You got an idea? Don't get confused. I am not confusing you. You just see which one you are comfortable, you can use it. Okay. Anything more I need to explain in Python, you can tell me, that I'll do, or else this is enough means tomorrow I'll show you how to create that web applications using Python and that Python and Node.js. Okay, fine.
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
this okay? Okay. Okay, so tomorrow we'll continue this Python, how to create web applications using Python and MongoDB. Okay, so which one you want, you can implement that one in your applications. If you are doing the project, the backend, which one you want, you can do. No problem for me. Which one you are using also, no problem. Okay. Okay, fine. So that Node.js, MongoDB, you just try one program or two programs, you try and come, because how whether it is connecting it properly to your computer or not, you just check and come. If it is not there, ask me tomorrow. I'll help you. Okay, fine. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.